Topping today's news, the government reacts to the Trump administration's tariffs. The Minister of Tourism Investments threatens legal action against individuals running a smear campaign against him. We get the three-party leaders' reaction to Aram Lewis defecting to the COI, and will former Prime Minister Minnis get an F&M nomination? This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Dorino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. How will Bahamian businesses that export to the United States fare now that the Trump administration has slapped a 10% tariff on Bahamian goods entering the United States? Well, the Bahamas government issued a statement noting that it has taken note of the announcement by the U.S. to impose 10% reciprocal tariffs on several Caribbean countries, including the Bahamas, that export duty-free to the United States under the Caribbean Basin Initiative. The statement notes that the Bahamas currently maintains a trade deficit with the United States, meaning we import more than we export to the U.S. The government said it will engage with our U.S. counterparts and work collectively with our CARICOM partners in response to this development. It is said, as part of its broader strategy to protect the Bahamian economy, the government has approved a national trade policy aimed at diversifying trade and minimizing the impact of global trade decisions on Bahamian businesses and consumers. More than $500 million worth of goods were exported to the U.S. from the Bahamas in 2023, including mineral oils, or mineral fuels rather, oils, seafood, plastics, ships, and boats. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, the Member of Parliament for Exuma and Ragged Island, and the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, taking matters seriously as it relates to two videos on social media he says negatively impact his reputation and the reputation of the country. Mr. Cooper says he has proof that the campaign to smear his reputation stems from a feud between two investors on Big Samson Key in the Exumas.
These attacks are not rooted in truth, nor do they serve the interest of the Bahamian people. They are calculated, dishonest, and cowardly. Now, these untruths have found their way to the beautiful shore of Exuma, my home, and I say without hesitation, I will not allow it. I know who the actors are, but more importantly, I know who the benefactors are. The shadowy financiers behind this coordinated smear campaign, pouring foreign money into efforts designed to disrupt our democracy and discredit the leadership of the Progressive Liberal Party.
Mr. Cooper says he has filed an official police report and is also taking legal action against the producers and financiers of the videos. Pulling no punches, Mr. Cooper went as far as to name the individuals he believes is responsible for funding that smear campaign. And he wanted to make it clear that the government is not taking sides in the matter.
In recent weeks, there have been an active, growing local and international campaign driven by one Mr. Bob Coughlin, an American businessman, the principal of Turtle Grass Resorts, a project approved for Samson Key in the Exumas. Mr. Coughlin has protested the plans of the adjacent development of the Rosewood Resort being developed by Integra Resorts that also has an approved heads of agreement by the government of the Bahamas. The people of Exuma welcomes both developments and of the view that they can coexist. All developments by foreigners in the Bahamas are processed by the Bahamas Investment Authority and approved by the National Economic Council, which is a committee of cabinet headed by the Prime Minister.
Earlier this year, Mr. Coughlin reportedly complained about not getting a response from the government regarding his concerns about dredging that is expected to take place at the Rosewood project. He threatened to pull the $100 million Turtle Grass project that has invested approximately $25 million thus far in infrastructural works. Meanwhile, the Bahamian Mr. Cooper is referring to is believed to be a former executive director of the Bahamas' leading environmental organization, who is now a private consultant. Cooper said the government of the Bahamas will not be bullied. Eric Carey, who is the environmental consultant for Turtle Grass, is saying that he nor Mr. Coughlin are behind the videos that have irked the Deputy Prime Minister. While he was not present when Aram Lewis withdrew from the Free National Movement during the morning session of the House of Assembly, during the afternoon session, opposition leader Michael Pintard made a brief comment on the decision made by Mr. Lewis.
Madam Speaker, this morning, one of our colleagues made a determination to join another political organization. I just wish to say thank you to the Honorable Aram Lewis for the contribution you've made to the Free National Movement over a number of years, and to say to you and to your family that we wish you the best in your endeavors. The Free National Movement as an organization has released a statement, Madam Speaker, that speaks more fully to the matter. But I'm here to litigate the matters that concern the Bahamian people.
The F&M statement said Lewis's behavior in recent times have been questionable, and that his constituency association suggested that he not be renominated for the 2026 elections, and they are seeking a replacement to run for the Central Grand Bahama seat. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Philip Davis described Mr. Lewis's decision as an excellent example of the Bahamian democracy. He was speaking to students from Sunland Baptist out of Grand Bahama who were visitors to the House of Assembly.
You saw the member from Central Grand Bahama deciding that he no longer wished to be a part of the party whose banner he ran with. And he gave the reasons. Now, for me, that's political hate. But I don't think we'll trouble your minds with those things. But suffice it to say that in our democracy, right, we have the choice, we have our choices to make, and we need to respect the choice each and every one made. So we respect the member for what he's done and chose, and we also respect the leader of the opposition for taking the positions that he's been taking, because he has the right to do that as well.
Prime Minister Philip Davis. Meanwhile, Lincoln Bain, leader of the Coalition of Independents, welcoming Mr. Lewis, Aram Lewis, to the party at the House of Assembly on Wednesday. Mr. Lewis announced his resignation from the Free National Movement. This move by Lewis, who is the MP for Grand Bahama, Central Grand Bahama, marks the first time in more than a decade since a third party has had a seat in the parliament. Bain speaks on what he calls a moment in Bahamian history.
And this is history being made today. This is a member of parliament starting the revolution that this country needs. And there is more to come. I think that more members of parliament are going to be willing to step away from the old guard, and it's time for us to move into the new Bahamas. This is the first time that a member of parliament has walked across the floor to walk to a third party. It has never happened before, and so history has been made. And I am hoping that this will not be the last.
The COI leader states that his party will challenge the government to be more transparent about decisions and will hold them accountable. Bain also sends a message out to other members of parliament, including leader of the official opposition, Michael Pintard.
We want to tell them to come over onto the right side of history. It has already begun. We started by presenting a vision for this country that has never been presented before, a vision to this nation to show the way forward, how we're going to get there, where the money is going to come from, and exactly what we're going to do with timelines. And we are saying that we are ready to govern this country, and every member of parliament, and yes, we are talking to other members of parliament, and we want Michael Pintard to, when he sits in the House today, to look to his left and look to his right and wonder who's next.
It was also announced that Aram Lewis will immediately be in a leadership position of the Coalition of Independents. Lewis was expected to appear with Bain on the ZNS TV talk show The Rundown with host Clint Watson on Wednesday evening, but reportedly did not make it due to illness. And finally in this segment, Member of Parliament Adrian White spoke on the matter of Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard possibly informing former Prime Minister and former FNM leader Dr. Hubert Minnis that he will not be re-nominated in the Killarney constituency. Well, Mr. White was asked what will the party do if Dr. Minnis openly says that he wants to be re-nominated.
What do you want to say to him?
We all want to stay in top positions as long as we can, but when you've done the job as well as Dr. Minnis has, a great part of legacy is ensuring that young leaders come in behind them. We can't be dependent on one person in a country of so many, and I congratulate him on all of his work as our Prime Minister and former Prime Minister. Michael C. Pintard will take us in the next election, and I'm confident that with the support of the people, we'll win the next election for the Free National Movement. And
as far as we are aware, Dr. Minnis has not taken part in the FNM's mandatory training sessions for potential candidates. Many Bahamians would like to know what role Dr. Minnis might play in the Free National Movement going forward if he does not get a nomination for the Killarney constituency.
it should be a senior statesman role. It should be a role that he finds purposeful for his desires and necessary for what the country needs. We, however, have a leader in Michael C. Pintard that's going to lead the party into the next election, and I expect into the next 2 terms. We obviously have interest from members of the public in our deputy leader as well, so there is long-term leadership planning within the Free National Movement, and I'm optimistic about the direction our country will go in.
The St. Anne's MP said he is not choosing sides and has respect for both the FNM's current leader, Michael Pintard, and former leader and former Prime Minister, Dr. Minnis. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.